What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee, and today we are here to talk about episode 9, season 12 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, can I tell you something? Erica, Erica, you already know what it is. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm gonna start this review off, y'all, with saying that I am so glad that Garcelle has Cherie on the show because these women are absolutely repulsive. Now, I get it. Sutton is a little roll dog, but she can never be there for her the way that Cherie is going to be. And I cannot wait to see how this whole conversation with Erica is going to come about. But let's get into it from the beginning, okay? So we are back in the scene where Sutton is over here talking to Diana. And what I noticed right here was Kyle was a little handsy with Sutton. Like she kept on pushing and pulling and I was like, Kyle, you better be glad that's me because you would have been getting a backhand or two. Because what you don't need to be doing is chastising me like some child. And you don't need to snatch something around and do all that stuff that you were doing. And I'm going to just say, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe it's because your ass was drunk. But sis, I'm gonna need you to keep your damn hands to yourself because you was doing a whole lot of freaking and frogging over there. Okay, I don't know if it was all that wiping the floor with your hoo-ha that you was doing all night, but you're doing a whole lot over here touching Sutton and grabbing and rustling and tussling her around. That was a bit too much. You didn't need to do all of that to try to so-called diffuse the situation between her and Diana. So Kyle goes on, keeps going on and on and on about because Sutton is clearly trying to have a conversation with Diana, but you got nosy Kyle over here. She got to be in the mix of everything that's going on. So she's constantly like having something to say. And Sutton is like, no, I'm trying to, Diana, listen, I'm trying to, get to know you. Like, I'm so sorry if I'm coming off wrong, but like, I'm just trying to get to know you. And Kyle's like, well, she's had a miscarriage and you just don't understand. And Sutton is like, well, I've had 2 miscarriages. And then Kyle is like, really? You had 2 miscarriages? Why have we not heard about this? First of all, Kyle, with your stupid ass, don't nobody have to walk around telling you that they had a damn miscarriage. Like that doesn't exactly just roll up in the conversation. Like, why you over here examining my uterus and what the fuck I got going on? Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business, okay? And furthermore, you're not entitled to all aspects of my life, sis. So no, I don't have to tell you whether I had a miscarriage or not. And mind you, Sutton was only saying that because she was trying to relate to Diana. But they keep on trying to make it seem like Sutton is trying to make shit about her, and that's not the case. She's really doing, if you ask me, team too much to try to get to know Diana with her dry ass lips, always licking her damn lips like a damn fish every 5 minutes. And Diana just sitting back like, taking it all in. Like y'all two over here looking real dumb, but she's supposed to be trying to have a conversation with me, but whatever. So Sutton is like, you're a motherfucker to to Diana because Sutton at this point, she's emotional, she's upset. They're not letting her get a word in edgewise. And Diana is just over here just doing the absolute most, sitting back, just being as stank as she want to be. Okay. So then, Diana says, Sutton is over here being fake or whatever. And Sutton is like, I'm not a fake person at all. So they go back and forth. Kyle over here rustling and tussling Sutton. Then all of a sudden, Kyle says, I'm done with this. I'm moving on. And Sutton is like, well, you shouldn't have brought your raggedy ass over here anyway, because I didn't ask you for backup, no help. Sutton, let me say this to you, sis. Kyle ain't your friend. She's not your friend. I know you lived in her house and you paid her rent for a couple years and that paid her something, paid off a little house and her mortgage. I'm sure you did with all the money you was paying her. But that's not your friend, sis. Kyle is a user. You are her punching bag. Why, oh why, do you continue to try to be close with this vile Kyle person? I heard somebody say that, and I think it's hilarious. Another YouTuber called her that. Vile Kyle. That's her name. Stop trying to be in cahoots with her because she doesn't give a damn about you. So Kyle, as she's walking off, Diana and Sutton continue to try to have a conversation, and Sutton ends up hugging Diana in some kind of way, which I don't even know how that even came about. So Diana is looking really weirded out with this cringeworthy smile on her face. And so her and Sutton end up leaving. So Diana gets her little boy toy and she's like, come on, it's time to go. And then Sutton, all distraught, she gets her date and they end up rolling out. So Kyle is sitting over there with the other ladies, and Erica is drunk as a damn skunk. And she's over here just doing the absolute most. So she keeps on hitting on Garcelle's older son, Oliver, keep telling him to come over there, come over there. Oliver is politely trying to turn down her drunk pussy ass, okay? But she keeps on coming for her. She keep coming for him. Just keep on wanting to get rejected. So she's like, get over here, come over here. So he eventually comes over there because he's like, okay, at this point, you're gonna make me embarrass you now. So then she's like, you're married? He says, yep, I'm married. She was like, yeah, well, tell your baby mama. First of all, what you're not about to do is call his wife a baby mama. That's what we're not about to do at all. Okay. Secondly, she's like, yeah, tell your baby mama to DM me because we can have some fun. I know you did. I know you fucking lying. I know you did not offer up that raggedy ass puss of yours. What makes you think that somebody want to be munching and hunching on you? Girl, goodbye. Girl, goodbye. Okay. So then, he ends up coming over there to sit down and talk to them or whatever. So she continues to try to hit on him profusely. And he's just looking at her like, wow, this lady is really tripping. So as she continues to go on and on, Garcelle comes over and was like, come on, Oliver. Get on out of here now. You hear? So he gets up and he's like, it's nice to meet you ladies or whatever. And so Erica's like, call me. I'm like, girl, I know you lying. So then Jax comes over to help Crystal get some flowers. Like Crystal is trying to help Garcelle kind of collect some of her things. And she's like, you want me to take some of these flowers for you? So Jax gets the flowers from Crystal so she didn't have to carry them. And Garcelle says, get the fuck out of here to Jax. Like, get out of here. I'm like, wow. And Dorit is sitting there like, what is going on, Erica? Like, you need to sit down. Like, you need to stop. And Erica is like all over Dorit, and Dorit pretty much is over here trying to restrain her with her little skinny body. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, y'all really think that this is cute? And everybody keeps on talking about as the episode goes on, oh, I'm just so glad that Erica is coming out of her shell. I'm so tired of y'all licking the middle of Erica's butt crack. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know why y'all are scared of this broke ass bitch. Like, you would think that Erica was a part of the mob. That's what you would think. You would think that she has some goons that's going to come after them if they don't act like they like her. No! Dorit, you worrying about robbers? You better be worrying about Erica ass, because she might need to come up in there and snag a couple items because her ass ain't got no damn money. And she's clearly willing to do anything strange for some change. I'm just saying. So y'all better watch out for your little friend, because Erica is trifling, and as she keeps on constantly saying she don't have nothing to lose. So I don't even know why y'all are continuing to entertain her bullshit. But anyway, moving on. Garcelle talks to Jax on the way out, and Jax tells her that Erica told him to fuck off or whatever and get the fuck out of here. So Garcelle immediately comes back in and says, I know you fucking lying. You can't talk to my son like that, Erica. That's rude and disrespectful. And so Erica's like, come on, in her drunken stupor. So in my opinion, Garcelle was real nice. You had your halo on that night, because let it have been my damn son, Erica would have been up jumps the boogie with a smack. Ain't no damn way. She would have been getting mollywopped all around that daggone party, because what you're not going to do is disrespect my children. That's not what you're about to do. You already tried it with the oldest one, and then you're going to tell my young son to get the F out of here? No, you get the F out of here, Erica, before I knock your head off. That's what you need to do. And I'm going to give you a 5-second head start before I'm all over that ass. I know she fucking lying. That pissed me the hell off. And I just felt like Garcelle, it needed to be given a little bit more. And I hope you give her what she needs to be given when you have this sit down conversation with her eventually. So moving on. Garcelle the next day is on the set of The Real getting her makeup done, and she tells them about her B-Day party. So the makeup artist says, yeah, I saw Kyle over there getting down with the get down. And, Garcelle says, yeah, she was damn near wiping the floor with her vagina, child. So they all have a little laugh over that. Then Garcelle tells them about Erica basically trying to bait her son in and trying to get with her son Oliver, talking about how handsome he is, and basically trying to give up the goodies to her son. And then she tells them how she told her youngest son, one of the twins, or one of her younger sons, Jax, to F off and get the F out of here. And so she was like, I don't like that. And I'm going to have a conversation with her. And the makeup artist says, oh, it was just so nice to see her let loose or whatever. And I'm like, why is this the running thing? Did production tell y'all to say this? Because ain't nobody in their right mind thinking that this woman's behavior is okay. It's absolutely terrible. Like, what? In whose mind would this be okay for her to talk to somebody's child like that? And later on in the episode, which we're going to talk about, is she says, oh, he's 16. It's not like he's a child. First of all, I don't give a damn if my son is 35. Do not talk to nobody like that. Who the hell do you think you are? And this is my damn birthday party, and you talking to my children like this. What the heck is wrong with Erica? Like, Erica really need to seriously get her shit together, because honestly, I don't even know why she's here. Beverly Hills is supposed to be about the rich bitches. This bitch is broke. Get on out of here. You hear? Moving on. So Crystal has Dorit come to a self-defense class. Child, listen, let me tell you something. We're going to breeze through this because I am so tired of the Dorit and the robbery story. So she comes in there. They learn some self-defense. She tells Crystal that PK is going to London. And so she's just so scared. And she don't even... Girl. All right, Dorit, whatever. So they learn some self-defense techniques. Moving on. So Kyle and Sutton have dinner, and she asks Sutton how she's doing or whatever. And Sutton talks about her inspection or renovations in her house and how everything's coming along nicely. And then, they talk about Diana and Sutton's interactions. And Sutton kind of brings up Kyle being a little handsy with her. And before Sutton could really get out what she was saying, Kyle's like, yeah, and I just really want to apologize. I'm like, first of all, let me stop you right here, Kyle, because what you're not going to do is try to cut me off and hurry up and apologize because you don't want to have a discussion about how I feel about what the fuck you did to me. Because what you did was you tried to tussle with me. That's what you tried to do. And what you need to know, ma'am, is that this will not happen, because whatever you put on me, you will not get back. So whatever you touch me with, be prepared to not get that shit back. Don't ever put your hands on me again, sis. That's what I would have told Kyle ass. I'd have been like, yeah, and you think you're slick. You think I didn't notice that you was trying to play Hulk Hogan like we was in the WWE wrestling match? No, ma'am, Pam. Don't ever put your hands on me like that again. I don't give a damn who I'm talking to. Because you're going to be picking yourself up off the damn floor. And that's period, okay? So Kyle is like she apologizes, and Sutton says, you came in halfway in the conversation with me and Diana, and you didn't even know what we were talking about, and you were quite harsh, talking about my miscarriages and all this stuff. And Kyle was like, yes, and I want to say I'm sorry because I shouldn't have said, I do believe that you did have the miscarriages. First of all, bitch, I didn't ask you to confirm whether I had them or not. I know I had them. I was there. The fuck you mean? Who are you talking? Kyle, I don't need you to validate shit that I say, sis. If I said it, it happened. Period. And I don't need you questioning me. That's how I would feel if I was Sutton, because if you're supposed to be my friend, that shouldn't have never left your raggedy lips, Botox lips, period. So Sutton was like, yeah, I felt a little, taken aback when you were doing that. Like you were trying to treat me like I was lying or something. And Kyle was like, no, I don't think you were lying. I know it happened. First of all, okay, Bye, Kyle. Bye, Kyle. So then Sutton says, I was really trying to relate to Diana over there, and I even apologized to her. And then she goes and starts trying to diffuse the situation, but because Kyle keeps going on and on saying, you don't even know how to take an apology. You don't even know how to take an apology, constantly talking over Sutton. And I'm like, damn, Kyle, why do you have to have the last word? Like, you're talking over this lady, and she's trying to tell you how she feels, and she's trying to actually tell you what she was trying to do in that conversation that you rudely interrupted and inserted your damn self into, because you don't have shit to talk about in your life. So you so busy over here interjecting in everybody else's affairs. Get out of here, Kyle. I'm so tired of her. So they end up hugging it out for some reason, like to diffuse what, I don't know. But yeah, Sutton, Kyle ain't your friend, sis. You need to just go ahead and leave her the hell alone, because it's giving ridiculous. So in the next scene, everybody is celebrating Thanksgiving. It starts off with Kyle in the kitchen with her and Mauricio talking about their family expanding. Farrah is newly engaged, and then they talk about her, potentially having grandchildren and how they're going to have grandchildren in the house, and how Kyle just wants to be prepared for that. They have like a whole upstairs area for kids to play, and she's like, she's going to have the kids in her bedroom and all this, that, and the third. And she talks about how her grandmother they grew up in the house with their grandmother. So when her and her sister were traveling and doing movies and stuff, their grandmother was there to pitch in, and she really appreciated that. Even though she knows that, they're not going to be living in the house with her, she wanted to make sure that she's going to be a part of the grandkids' life. So then they show everybody having their prospective Thanksgiving dinners. And of course, they had to have a flash of Teddy at Kyle's damn house. I'm just like, I thought we got rid of Teddy. Why do y'all keep trying to make this a thing and force her on us? We do not care. Teddy, going on somewhere. Like, mind you, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't hate Teddy when she was on the show. I didn't. I'm a part of a very small group of people that I guess liked Teddy. But nobody else seems to like her. So let's just stop trying to make her a thing. She's not on the show. Moving on and done. Okay. So in the next scene, Garcelle and Crystal are serving food at the Los Angeles Mission, and they're with all of their families on Thanksgiving. And then, of course, they show all the other families in their respective Thanksgiving dinner servings. Okay. So in the next scene, Rena goes over to Diana's house, and Diana asks her how she's doing. And she says the holidays make her think about Lois, and every day is different. So Rena asks about Garcelle's party. And Diana says it was fun, but Sutton did the Sutton thing, making faces, saying, so bed rest, huh? And then Diana goes on to try to impersonate Sutton. I'm like, somebody get this lady a thesaurus, because I don't be knowing what Diana is saying half the time. Like, I don't even think she knows what the hell she's saying half the time. Like, she doesn't really get people's personalities. And I don't know if it's because it's a language barrier or what, or if she's going off of what other people have said about other women on the cast. Like, I feel like she's somehow forming this opinion about Sutton, and she don't even really know, sis. Like, how do you have all of this animosity towards somebody that you don't even really know like that? And if she says bacon eating vegetarian one more damn time, I don't think she said it this episode. But I'm telling you, I hope that writers edit that shit out, because I'm tired of hearing that. So then, she proceeds to tell, so she tells Rena she called her, that Sutton called her soulless and says she's a motherfucker. And she talks about Kyle telling her Diana just lost a baby, but she wasn't listening. And so they talk about Kyle talking about Diana losing the baby and how she felt like Sutton wasn't listening and trying to make it about herself, or whatever the case may be. And Rena said, this is not going to fly with me. I don't tolerate that behavior. First of all, Rena, what the fuck are you going to do? What you going to do, Teen Wolf? You ain't going to do a damn thing that ain't going to fly with you. What you going to do to Sutton, sis? You ain't going to do a god on thing but sit there and instigate and start some shit. How about what's going on in Rena's life? Why we ain't never follow up on the stuff that was put out there about What Kyle's sister said something, Kim said something about, and we don't want to talk about the husband. I need to know about the husband. That's what I need to know. I need to know something else other than, no, I don't want to hear about your daughter and her eating disorder situation, which I'm so glad that she is healthy and getting the help that she needs. I'm glad about that. But listen, you can't live off of that being your storyline. You nothing is going on. And you know, I'm sorry that your mom passed away, but is that going to be your storyline for the rest of the season besides instigating and getting in other people's shit? That's a life situation, but it's not suitable for a good storyline on the show. So, Rena, I'm gonna need you to figure out your role on here because you want to air everybody else's grievances out in their situations. But what the fuck is going on with you, sis? So, moving on. Kyle and Mauricio host, and this scene pissed me the fuck off. I'm gonna just tell y'all this right now. Kyle and Mauricio host PK and Dorit at their house, and they walk right on. Mind you, Dorit and PK walk right the fuck on in the house. Didn't your house get robbed too, Kyle? Why your doors unlocked? Why can these people just have a free for all and walk right up in your shit? Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. So they all sit down to talk, and child, I put Dorito. Dorit says she wants to move. She wants to move out of her house, and Kyle says, "No, I don't want you to move because you're so close to me." And then Dorit proceeds to say, "You know, you're really the only reason why I'm still in this neighborhood." First of all, Dorit, I know you fucking lying because y'all wasn't even that close like that. Like now, all of a sudden, you living in the neighborhood because of her. Kyle ain't even a good friend. So why would I keep my house for this bitch? If you want to move, move, sis. But you can't afford to move. I'm pretty sure that's why your ass is going to stay put. So anyway, they proceed to talk about Garcelle's party. And then Kyle brings up the fact that Erica told Jax to fuck off. And they're all unanimously laughing. And Mauricio says, "Oh, I love that she said that." Oh, okay. Would you love it if they said that to Portia? Would you love it if they said that to your daughter, Farrah? Huh? Would you love any of that? It seems to be a lot of double standards on this show because I'm pretty freaking sure that if Dorit and PK's kids were at that event, Erica had said that to them, they would have been pissed to the highest level of pissivity. What you're not going to do is disrespect nobody's child and think it's fucking hilarious. No, it's not. All of y'all got a lot of balls to act like this shit that Erica is doing is okay. What does this woman have over y'all? Because she ain't got shit. And this whole I want to get drunk every episode to be entertaining is lame and dumb and tired. Don't nobody care. It's giving Erica stay off the bottle. Don't nobody care. We do not care. Talk to my kid like that and see what happened to you. Please believe you wouldn't have made it out of that daggone party. I'm telling you right the frick now. And I know Kyle and her moo-moos would have had some shit to say. Mind you, didn't they all have a problem? And when Denise Richards was on the show and they were all asking her sexual stuff because Denise would talk about her and the stuff with her husband or whatever, them being real sexual. And her kids were at the next table. And Denise got offended because they were asking her those types of questions and her children were right there at the next table. So everybody wanted to act like she was being all butthurt over it. And some people agreed and some people didn't. But then some people were like, yeah, I wouldn't want you saying that around my kid. I'm like, y'all want to be mad about a situation when it's convenient for you. And the fact that y'all are using this as a moment to praise Erica for coming out of her shell and not being so stoic. The reason why she's like that because y'all allow her to be. And now she broke. So she can't pretend to be pompous anymore. That's why she's living outside of her shell. Y'all got the game fucked up. Anyway, so then Mauricio says, so they all talk about how she was finally loosening up, blah, blah, blah. Then Dorit says, it's not my child, but it's the real reason I can give a major pass, meaning she can give a pass because it helped Erica come out of her shell. First of all, Dorit, now you know good and damn well that if your little Jax had a said been there, she had a did that, you would have lost your shit. Moving on. PK says the real reason I can give a major pass to Erica is because she's entitled to a blowout, and it's like she told the young man to f off and then tries to bang the older son in one night. So she had a bunch of zingers in one night. I'm like, really, PK? Really? Okay. Moving on, Sutton is setting up her house for dinner, and ladies are going to be coming over later in the day. So then we see Garcelle and Cherie chat before going to Sutton's, and Garcelle asks Cherie if she's ready for a luncheon with the ladies, and Cherie says, I'm as ready as I'm going to be." Then Garcelle proceeds to tell Cherie about what happened at the party and how Erica was basically hitting on Oliver, and then how she told Jax to F off. So Cherie was like, I know she fucking lying. And Garcelle says, yeah, and I went over and told her that she hurt his feelings. And I tried to explain to Jax in the car that, she was drunk and, just try not to be hurt over it or don't pay it any mind. But Jax seemed to be like, whatever, I don't care. This drunk ass bitch, I don't give a fuck about her. But Garcelle says, you know what? I'm going to talk to her about it further. I didn't want to talk to her about it the way I wanted to talk to her about it that night because she was drunk. But I want her today sober or in her right state of mind. So then they both cheers to saying, oh, cheers to having to set a bitch straight. And I'm like, okay, Garcelle, you've been a little marshmallowy and doughy. I hope you really do set a bitch straight. So moving on, Rena arrives first, and she has on these everybody talking about how amazing these Versace shoes is that she got on. She looked like a damn Bratz doll to me. That's what I thought when I saw her. Immediately when I saw her, I thought Bratz doll. And those shoes were not giving to me. They look like some satin platforms. And I would have rather see some fish bowls in the back, because that's what it looked like. It's giving Superfly. Fly away from her feet because they're ugly. Moving on. Garcelle and Cherie arrive right after Rena, and they all sit down to chat and order drinks. And Garcelle says, none for me because I want to have a clear mind when I talk to Erica. And so they show a flashback of Erica and Crystal hiking. And then Crystal says, do you remember what you said to Garcelle's son? And she was like, yeah, I told him to F off. But, it's not like he's a kid. He's 16 years old. That's not a kid. First of all, 16 is a kid, dummy. Like, are you kidding me? So if he's 16, it's okay for you to be rude to her son. I'm just like, wow. Unbelievable. The standards of these women and how they treat each other and now your kids is unbelievable. Now, mind you, Erica would have been pissed. She went the hell off on Eileen when Eileen just as so much as mentioned her son and said something about him. She's like, my son is in law enforcement. Don't you ever talk about don't bring up my son. Now, it's okay for you to tell somebody's son to F off and try to fuck somebody's son, but nobody can bring up your son. Your son never on camera. We don't know nothing about that aspect of your life of you being somebody's mama. All we know is you've been somebody's gold digging wife for however many years you've been married to Tom. And now that your life is over, woe is you. Erica, I'm so done with you. I don't even know what to say. So then in the car, Erica is in her confessional saying, they asked her, how do you feel about getting to go to Sutton's house? And she's like, I don't give a damn about Sutton's house. I'm more worried about the Haitian mama that's going to come after me because of what I said to her son. And, the one says, I just wanted to choke her at that moment. If it would have been one of their kids, they would have lost their ratty. Absolutely. Because my thing is, you treat other people's kids how you want somebody to treat your kids. And you wouldn't want none of them can truthfully say that if Erica had did that to their kids, that they would have been all hunky-dory, like Kathy says. None of y'all would have. Y'all would have been pissed. And y'all would have been really ready to snatch them old synthetic weave tracks that she trying to sell to everybody right on up out of her daggone head. Because I know I would have. But thank you for coming, and that was a good point. So moving on. Erica walks in because she's the last one to arrive and speaks to everyone. So she goes over to the bar to get a drink, and then she tells Garcelle, one and done. I've learned one is enough. And Garcelle says, good, you got to learn how to pace yourself. And in her confessional, she's like, all of us drink. It's just all about your reaction, your actions after you do so. So then Erica turns to Garcelle like she wanted some smoke. She's like, all right, go ahead, give me my punishment now. It's like she turned to Garcelle waiting for her to say something to her. And Garcelle proceeds to go into this stupid small talk talking about, yeah, we're missing some people, right? Yeah, Dorit and Kyle, they're not here yet. Yeah. And she starts to count everybody. I'm like, Garcelle, is this your lame attempt to postpone this conversation? I think it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess she wants to wait until they're not at a dinner party at Sutton's house to get her damn point across. But moving on, Kyle and Dorit finally arrive and everyone is going outside to eat. Renna throws a damn tantrum saying, listen, these brat stall shoes I got on, they're not going to make it in this muddy ground over here because Sutton has the table set up outside and it had rained a couple of days before. And so since it rained, it was really muddy down there. And I'm like, Sutton, I know you. Why didn't you have a second option for them to come inside the house? You knew it had just rained. So what is wrong with you? Oh, we got some comments, y'all. And girl was cringy watching Erica hit on her older son. How old is that hooker now? And I know you ain't call that girl a hooker, but that is damn funny. Erica is 50. And I think she's going to be 51 this month because I know her birthday is in July. But that is hilarious. Roster27. Hey, what's up, Roster27? Has joined the chat. She says, hey, Shay, a.k.a. Miss Glow Girl. Oh, thank you. I be trying to work on this skin, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, I be using Melody from Love and Marriage Huntsville skincare products. They actually work. So, voila. Proven example. So, where was I at, y'all? Y'all know I be running my mouth and speaking to my peoples and I be losing my damn place. Where was I at? Oh, okay. Renna was crying about taking the brat stall shoes out there in the damn mud. But I'm just like, yeah, Sutton, you should have moved the party on the inside, sis. Like, it did look kind of muddy out there. And I always imagined California being warm all the time, but apparently it was cold. So Sutton ended up giving all of them flip-flops or shoe covers of sorts. And she gave them, that is some rich bitch shit, to give everybody a fur coat to be outside. Yeah, Sutton got the coins, okay? She got the coins. So they're all sitting outside. I guess Renna finally makes her way over there without her brat stall shoes on, and they all sit down to eat. So Sutton talks about somebody pointed out the expensive leopard fur that Sutton has on, and it's like some limited edition thing. And Erica was like, yeah, I have one too. Well, bitch, you need to sell it. You need to sell it so you can pay them people. That's what you need to do. Because you keep on talking about all this stuff you got, which you shouldn't have anymore. Pay your bills. Like, what is wrong with you? You want to keep on having a glam. And here's my thing. I could see if Erica was not selling stuff because she needed collateral for, she begins to sell things because she wants to pay bills or in her house, or she was struggling or whatever the case may be. But you keep on spending money that you don't have on things that you don't need. You don't need a glam squad. You don't need all these clothes and stuff that you have. You don't need half of the shit that you keep on continuing to put money that you don't have into to keep up the image. I think that Erica is having a realization of PTSD that, oh my God, I'm not rich anymore. It's like you got to get your mind wrapped around this stuff. You are on a budget and not even balling on a budget. You're just on a budget, sis. It's crazy to me. Like, absolutely crazy. Okay. And the one says, you look good. I need old lady cream. It's good though. Like, I have the face wash, the cream, and the toner. Roster27 says, I use it too. Oh, good. Yes. Let me know what you think about it. I love her products. I'm going to get the body products too. I'm going to have to check it out. Yes, you need to go ahead and get you some. Why does Rena look like she looks like she's melting? Because she a witch. Mm-hmm. We're going to throw some water on that ass because she's definitely, that's probably why her ass ain't want to walk in the mud, because it's water out there. And she probably doesn't do well in the rain because she's a witch. That's exactly why. And you know, it says, but it's expensive to look like a hooker, allegedly. It's expensive to be her, for sure. Okay. Erica is something else, child. So then, after everybody has the coats and shoes and sit down and whatnot, everyone asks Dorit how she's feeling and, you know, what's going on. Why did they ask this girl that? First of all, she's going on and on and on and on about, oh, well, I can't even drive now, guys, because it just makes me so sad and I don't want to be alone. Girl, shut up. Shut up. You lying. Like, how long is this whole... Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't think the robbery is real. Because the way her and PK are just being so melodramatic about it, it's too much. And then PK, you taking your wide-bodied ass to daggone to London and leaving your family. If you don't think that I wouldn't be in somebody's hotel if I was Dorit, or right over there at Kyle's house, you don't want to move out of your house because Kyle is just the anchor that's keeping you there in that neighborhood. Go hang out at her house so you don't feel like you by yourself, and tell her to lock the damn front door, because she says she damn sure let you and PK walk right the fuck through. I'm just saying. It's giving bullshit. I don't want to hear no more about this robbery. Please go see a therapist to read, because at this point, you are really milking the shit out of this. I'm done with it. I am so done with this robbery and her trauma. Okay. Then she goes on to say, I can't even take my kids to the playground. What are they going to do? Come and take your kids? The kids cost money. They want shit that's valuable. Child. Moving on from Dorit and her lies, because I ain't got time. So in the last scene, Garcelle asked Sutton if she knew Diana wasn't coming, and she says no. And then Erica, of course, speaks up saying, I even texted her and said that I was going to be late. I'm like, okay, girl, you want a damn cookie? Bye, Erica. Shut the fuck up. So then Garcelle says, you know what that means? That's giving rude. And so then, of course, Rena want to stick her Botox Barbie lips up in the situation. And she says, you know, Garcelle says, that's rude not to tell the hostess you're not coming. And Sutton says, I don't like passive aggressive behavior. And then Rena says, oh, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? And Sutton was like, I know you're lying. I am not passive aggressive. Rena goes back and forth saying, yes, you definitely are. You definitely are. She says, so did you call Diana a motherfucker and say that she's soulless? First of all, Rena, mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. In the words of Cherie's ex-husband, Will Smith, on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Why is that any of your business? If Diana needed somebody to give her some backup, or she needed to defend herself, she could have brought her old raggedy ass to this dinner. Because the way she was sprawled about in that bed, I'm sure she was fine. But you know what? I'm not going to take that away from her, because maybe sis wasn't feeling good. But it's mighty convenient. And for Rena to be coming up in here thinking she doing something, trying to protect something, make somebody put some respect on somebody's name. Girl, bye. You wasn't even here. So don't ever try to come and check me off of something somebody told you and you weren't even there to witness it yourself. I know you fucking lying, because I will knock that Teen Wolf hairstyle right up off your goddamn head right away too. Rena, another one to really think that she hot shit. That robbery is a bunch of bullshit. It is. I agree. Roster27 says, yeah, it's really good. I have very oily skin and I can wear it on fire days, which I couldn't wear anything before. Oh, okay. That's the Melody's skincare product. Yes, that stuff is really, really good. Girl, they didn't want her kids when they could have taken them. They would have left them in the yard along with her phone. Absolutely. And here's my thing. Why am I a robber leaving you your phone? That gave it all away right there for me, because my thing is, I'm going to take your phone and leave it by the door. if I'm a robber, I'm going to take your phone and I'm going to stomp on it by the door. I'm not going to leave it there so you can come back down and get it. Are you crazy? What kind of amateur robbery is this that we got going on? It's giving real, it's giving insurance claims. It's giving, I'm gonna give you a little something to come up in here and rob my house real quick so I can get this claim, because PK got everybody and their mama out here suing his ass. So we got to get this money, honey. And these Bravo checks ain't cutting it for paying all these lawyers. So, and I got to keep up the with the Joneses and this image that I'm rich. Dorit is another one that gets on my last nerve. And you know, the one says, because I paid you to rob me. Exactly. Okay. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I don't have no more to talk about with this daggone show because these people get on my nerves. Garcelle, please address this lady like she needs to be addressed about your damn son. And that's all I got, y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.